but I'm gonna be leaning heavily on hoping people show up to those streams that I can be here to support me, or else I'm out of business. I'm not going out of business because they want to upgrade their network. That's not how it works. Absolutely not.
Please support the stream. We're just about a third of the way to the goal for the night, but we definitely need to hit the goal tonight. I did not hit it earlier today, and I am uncertain about how much I'm going to be able to stream later on this week because Comcast and this internet outage that they're going to be having. So please support the stream tonight. Let's get it. Now we're at 62, but we only have an hour left on stream, guys. So please support the stream. Again, let's get some momentum going. Notably on Kick would be great. That's what we're trying to build momentum and get that sub goal of 150 by the end of my streaming week. Keep in mind, I don't even know when I'm going to be back because of these Comcast outages, okay? That's actually our biggest super chat of the night. Guys, we're almost done with the stream. Can we please get some support? This really sucks. I didn't hit my goal earlier today. Now you're telling me I'm not gonna hit my goal tonight. And later this week, I'm not gonna be able to stream. You understand? I'm not going to be able to stream because of Comcast. I need to be hitting goals on the nights I can be here. All right? Guys, we only got like 20 minutes left on the stream. Are we really gonna end the stream with 60 bucks of support for Silksong? We're now at 80 bucks, guys. Come on, please, let's get a last minute rally so we can hit this goal. I did not hit my goal earlier today. We need to hit it tonight. Like I said, sadly, if we don't hit it, we're having multiple streams now, and I can't stream later this week because of Comcast. Please, I don't want to get screwed over. So I'm not going to be able to do this tonight, and what sucks is I don't know when I can play this again. I have no idea when I can play Silksong again because it's going to depend on my internet coming back, which might not be back for a bit. So this might be the end of Silksong for a while. I want to keep playing it. I really like the game. It sucks if we couldn't finish this tonight.
This morning, a fan of mine reached out to me. Now, of course, you have to understand that whenever I get a message from a fan, I got to take it with a grain of salt. And what I mean by that is I don't know if it's real or not. It could be completely fake, or it could actually be a real fan who's concerned and who just wants to help, because I've had both. All right? But what I'd like to do, I'd like to share with you a message that a fan sent me this morning in regards to this Comcast upgrade that's going to start happening as of this Thursday, the 25th. Hey, Phil, I've been debating sending you this email because I don't want to stress you out anymore or anything, because this could be a pretty stressful information for you. Great. That's a great way to start a message, isn't it? Okay, let's continue. I had the same exact Comcast network upgrades in my area a few months ago.
And you listen to him?
Yeah, I believe everything everyone tells me anywhere.
So it sounds to me like Comcast is actually doing this network-wide across the country. It's actually not even Comcast that does these upgrades. It's subcontracted out to another company that does all the work. So what that means is these are not even going to be Comcast workers that are doing the work. They're hiring a crew who probably know, are used to like laying out new lines, whatever it is, and they're going to be doing all the work. So it's not under the regular scope of Comcast work. I'm not exaggerating when I say it was at least 6 weeks of internet outages. I missed the button. I wanted to play that one earlier, but I missed the button. 6 weeks. Okay? Let me continue here. It wasn't out all every day or anything like that. So basically, it wasn't complete no internet. But rather, it would cut in and out almost every day. There were some days when it was fine, completely no problems at all. And we actually had thought for a bit that the upgrades had been finished, only to find out that the internet was out the next day. And it starts going in and out all day again. It's extremely frustrating. After we called Comcast, they told us they're doing nationwide upgrades to their network. It has to be done. There's no way to avoid it. They did eventually credit our neighbor $100 on their bill because he called them and hassled them on the phone for 2 hours about the internet being out for so long. I've never contributed or chatted in your streams, but I'm a years-long viewer, and I want to give you a heads up on what very well could possibly be coming your way this week, so you're able to adjust accordingly.
Okay? Now, for the record, I appreciate that this fan sent me this message. This is not, this now is going to make Phil be feeling bad and he shouldn't have sent it. No, I need to know this stuff. Because the sad fact is a company like Comcast is not being transparent.
Did you just shush me?
Yeah, I did.
Get a real talker over here. We got a real talker over here.
What Comcast should have done right up front is said, hey, FYI, we're upgrading the network in your area. This is not a one-day job. This could be weeks. We're going to keep in touch and let you know everything step by step. What they did do is they wanted me to confirm my phone number to say that they're supposedly going to be texting me to let me know exactly when the internet is going up and down.
This could be a huge problem for me.
They're supposed to, okay? But they never said anything about, oh, this could be a 6-week ongoing process. Your internet is up and down and all around constantly. Because here's the deal. If that's the case, then I can't consistently stream, right? And that's a huge problem. That's my business. As I've explained to all of you, the on-demand videos are not my major source of income anymore. The on-demand videos that I put on this channel do give me some revenue, some ad revenue, but it's just not even close to what I make on streams. The income that I get from YouTube and Kick is way more than what I make on the on-demand videos. So you might say, well, hey, if the internet's going to be down, you could just record offline and upload the videos and we'll watch later. Well, number one, how does it guarantee me that I'm even going to be able to upload these videos in a timely manner if the internet is going to keep going out? And number two, not everyone is going to say, oh, I'm just going to watch the on-demand video. You guys are used to coming to streams. A lot of people come to streams and they interact and they contribute because they can talk with me, because they can get that level of interaction. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So, this could be a huge problem for me. Now, here's the thing. There is one saving grace in this message that was sent to me. The saving grace is this. Did you hear what he said? He said, they're hiring contracted workers to do this upgrade. So what does that mean? It means that they're going to have a Jasper Kitty? Well, I'm going to have a Jasper Kitty. They're not going to have a Jasper Kitty. It means that they are going to have a set contract with set working hours and set work established for each day. You know what I'm saying? This is not, oh, it's our employees and we're paying them hourly. This is a set contract of work. Therefore, what I suspect will happen is that they will begin work at a certain time every day, and they're probably going to finish their work at a certain time every day. And as this person is saying, the internet was never just totally out. It was down and up all day. So what that sounds like to me is there's going to be some days when I'll be able to stream no problem whatsoever as if nothing's wrong. But then there's going to be other days when basically the internet's going to be up and down all day, but at a certain time, their workday is going to end because that's what's in the contract. We'll work till 6 p.m. and then we're done, right? So if I can figure out the actual time that these guys stop working and the internet will be up and not going down and up all day, then I can maybe adjust my streaming. If this means that I need to start my late stream on the earlier side and go longer, like right now my late stream starts around 7. We start playing games around 7:30, and I finish around 9:30, 10, right? What if they stop work around 5, 6 o'clock, I can start my stream around 5:30, we start gaming at 6, and we go till like 9:30, 10. So now at least every day I'm putting in a 3 to 4 hour stream, even if the internet's down earlier, I still have the ability to go do a major stream, and people could hopefully come by during that stream and support it, okay? The truth is I cannot not work for a month and a half.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bracco from Comcast. We read your comments and complaints, so I wanted to talk to you today and let you know that no matter what happens, we don't give a fuck about you.
So if Comcast thinks that's what they're going to do, they got another thing fucking coming, all right? Their internet has to at least work somewhat so that I can work. Because if I find in the first week that I can't work at all for a week, I'm going to be contacting them with a lawyer.
Hey, baby. You all right?
Hey, Money.
Looking good.
Hey, Money, how you doing?
Mr. J, Mr. J.
What's up, Money?
What it is, bro? You straight?
It's that simple.
Yo, I don't even know where to start with this one. You're going based off of information that some guy sent you in an email that could be a troll. over the information that Comcast themselves is sending you. And now we're already threatening lawyers to Comcast. Like, it's going to make some sort of difference with the contract that you signed, Phil. You're paying for 2 business internet lines, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what he said, through Comcast. So it's your own fault that you don't have a backup plan. And he'll go into that, oh, I looked into him 2 years ago. Dude, you got fiber in your area. Why wouldn't you get that as a backup line, right? You're using cable right now through Comcast. Like, come on, dude. For somebody that's business is live streaming, you'd think that they would have done a better job of checking to see if they have other backup options available in their area than just not checking for 2 years and saying, oh, I looked 2 years ago and there wasn't anything in my area. But not only I think he wouldn't have a case, I think it would be laughed out of court if it ever even got there, right? Comcast provides him a hotspot. If he needed to upload videos on a whim, he could just use his hotspot. He doesn't need to use his main internet service for that. But it's all part of the grift. Because now we have this whole Comcast excuse, and I think he read this email on purpose. I think DSP brought this email up to his fans to create a crisis, right? He created a crisis in his community where, hey guys, I might not be able to stream for like 6 weeks, so we need that money. I need to be able to stay in business. It's really quite pathetic to do this and even bring this up to your audience and spend like 30 minutes talking about it with people. But I just also don't understand how people are supposed to feel bad for this guy who put all his eggs in one basket. He's just specifically a streamer, creates on-demand content that nobody watches because it's just copy and paste from his live streams, right? If he actually had put effort in editing into his clips, he might have more of a larger fan base that come and check out his on-demand videos. But unfortunately, like things like this that we're watching right now are going to be in those videos. And a lot of people don't want to sit here and spend 30 minutes talking about Comcast theories that might not even be relevant to DSP in his area, right? This might be a troll messaging him, right? We don't even know. And the worst part of this is he's creating like a grift to get money out of it. And we'll go into that because the following stream after this, in order to try to hit the goal, he was pushing this Comcast crap. He was telling people like, hey guys, I might not be able to stream on Thursday. We're really not going to hit the goal. Like just talking about Comcast and how he needs to get the money and hit the goals so that he can be well off on Thursday if he can't stream or whatever. Anyway, let's play a little more.
I'm going to be contacting them with a lawyer. It's that simple. I'm not going to be out of business because Comcast doesn't know how to run their business, okay? Also,
can I just say that if you're going to go out of business because you're going to have intermittent internet issues and it's going to go up and down and fluctuate and you're claiming to be successful, somebody's lying to themselves here. Phil, if you can't work, do gig work. You know, create actual good on-demand content that people will come and watch. But everything has to be somebody else's fault. His business's downfall would be Comcast's fault. It wouldn't be his own for not having a backup plan or not finding other ways to earn revenue or a source of income, right? I mean, I think anyone else would have taken it a little more serious when they were looking for internet lines and been like, I wonder if my internet went down, what would I do? Well, I could just get another business line through the same provider so that if my internet goes down, oh, wait, you know, that's what he ended up doing and now he's screwed. Do they not have Verizon Fios on the West Coast? Like T-Mobile has internet now? Like there's so many places you could just look for internet. But even all that aside, we went into the detail like, oh, they're hiring contractors. So, you know, maybe the work will get done faster. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we talking about this?
this does happen. And if we're in a situation where the internet is not working for a week, I may have to look for another ISP. Now, I already did that 2 years ago, and there was nothing. There was nothing. The only thing available was like Starlink. Okay? That was it. So I don't think Starlink's going to be any better. All right? Now, I don't know. We'll have to see. All right? But what I'm hoping is that it's not as bad as it's all being made out to be. If it's a few days and it's up and down, I get it. If it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, no. I'm not going to not work for 6 weeks, especially with this last year. Allow me to explain. This last year has been absolutely amazing. You guys have come out and supported me in.
Because this past year has been so successful for Phil, he's not going to let anyone mess it up for him. Comcast needs to bend the knee so that Phil can continue streaming because he's successful this year. He's not going to let them mess that up for him. You know, the guy that only thinks about himself.
Droves. You've got me to a situation where things are going good to the point where now I can start to save money. And I can actually start doing that in my home this year. I fixed things that have been broken for a long time. I was able to improve my lifestyle. I'm not now.
I haven't made a video in a little while. So allow me to clarify. Phil did his American truck stream, right? And you know, it's mostly story time on American Truck Stream. But what Phil didn't disclose is that he's got some stories that he wanted to hide behind a paywall. He said, guys, I got a huge piece of lore. If you guys get me to the goal right now, I'll tell you this huge piece of lore that everybody's been talking about and asking about. So some chumps send him money, and he hits the goal. The story that he reveals is he got the broken toilets in his house fixed, and he fixed them himself. He literally replaced like the floaters and stuff in the toilet. You shouldn't really be bragging about that. I'm sorry, Phil. But Phil is finally growing up. He's working out. He's fixing his own stuff. He's welcome to the adult world, Phil, I guess, right? So he paywalled that story, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And had already said that if he hit the goal earlier in that stream, he was going to do something else, and then told them that they wouldn't get both, so they would have to fork over another $150 if they wanted him to take off his overshirt. So Phil, you know, he wears those button-up shirts, was basically like, give me $300 tonight, and I'll take this overshirt off, and you guys can see me in a t-shirt. Like, this is the same guy that called Strangely Lex a slut, who had probably never done anything remotely close to that. But, you know, I called it years ago. Phil is going to become a booby streamer or something. Who knows, right? It's just very strange that you're going to paywall something like that and talk shit to other people and call them promiscuous for doing squats on a stream when they stay fully clothed. Anyway, I digress.
Going to go into debt to be able to pay things for a month and a half because I can't work because Comcast thinks they're going to take my internet down. No, that's not happening. Under no circumstance am I going to lose a month and a half of work and Comcast is going to get away with it. No. Okay? So, let's see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. The thing is, I don't want to be drastic. I'm trusting what Comcast is saying, that they're going to keep me in the loop about when the internet will be up or down. All right? And if they say, oh, today your internet's probably going to be down all day, I'll let you guys know. And I'll say, listen, I can't stream during the day today. Maybe we'll try for a night stream. In the meantime, I'm still going to be working. I'm still going to be doing content. You understand? I will do content. Does it mean that I'll be able to play every single game I want to play in October? Maybe not. I don't know. The thing is, exactly, Stormforce Gamer just said in chat, all we can do is play it by ear. You're right. That's literally all I can do because I don't know what's going to happen. It could be that this is something that's done within a few days. It could be something that's ongoing for 6 weeks, but it also could be that we know the time frame. And if we know the timetable, if we know 9 a.m. the internet's going to go down and it's going to be iffy all day, but it'll be back by 6, then I'll start streaming at 6:30 and we'll be.
This guy wants Comcast to reach out. This guy wants a Comcast employee to work full-time to reach out to him, to give him updates during the day. Let him know what's going on. All right, so they're taking lunch from 12:30 to 1 p.m. today, Phil. You can stream for a half hour if you want. And then Phil would say, oh, thanks for letting me know, and hang up the phone. You know, like, you know what's funny here? The irony is Phil is essentially saying, Comcast won't let me work. They won't let me do my job because they're taking the internet down. But what about Comcast, Phil? If they can't upgrade their network infrastructure because you're not allowing them to, you're not letting them do their job, and you're making them bend the knee for you. But that's how he thinks. Everybody has to bend the knee for Phil Burnell. Yeah, let's just see if there's anything else here that's even worth listening to.
And I upload on demand or if it's something else, but I'm going to be leaning heavily on hoping people show up to those streams that I can be here to support me or else I'm out of business.
How do you have the decency to put that burden on your audience? I'm going to lean on you guys to show up and engage and support and tip me extra or I'm out of business. Don't we hear this story every day? You need to hit the goal or you're out of business. You know, like, it's just so tiring with this guy. Like, dude, if you're really this close to being out of business and you're in your 40s and this is your business, you're doing something wrong. You're not saving your money that you're making a ton of, apparently, off these people on stream. Like, the list goes on, right? And unfortunately, the guy has nobody to blame but himself and his lack of preparation for something like this. If it's never been more apparent that this guy just relies on handouts, then, guys, I'm going to go out of business if you don't show up, engage, and support, and give me money. Like, I don't know what to tell you, Phil. Listen to this threat, too, that Phil says. I'm going to quote it, word for word. And this is how serious this is. And with Comcast, I hope they understand that I'm not going out of business because they want to upgrade their network. That's not how it works. Absolutely not. You know, you're one customer and they supply your entire neighborhood. You're not more important than anybody else. But go ahead, pay for a lawyer and just waste more money, I guess, right?
How serious this is. And with Comcast, I hope they understand that. I'm not going out of business because they want to upgrade their network. That's not how it works. Absolutely not. Understand It may be up and down, and it would suck if it does, but what can I do? All right? I'm going to try to keep, unlike previously where I would lose my cool and I would go crazy and I would say doom and gloom, the sky is falling. I'm going to try to keep a level head. All right? I am. I'm going to try to be calmer and say, let's approach this very fairly, matter-of-factly. Listen, Comcast eventually needs to update their infrastructure. It's necessary for the business. Does it suck that they have no redundancies so to protect the consumers from losing internet? Yes.
He says, I'm not going to be Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. After crying and dragging his feet for 20 minutes, telling people they need to come up and show its support, or he's going to go out of business, and that he's going to call a lawyer and sue Comcast and say, I'm not going out of business because Comcast wants to upgrade their network, and then follow it up, be like, I'm not going to be Mr. Doom and Gloom. You know, like, they need to upgrade their network, but, you know, it's just, it's unfortunate, you know, but, you know, I'm going to try to stay cool-headed after complaining for like 10 minutes. You should have said this first and just not complained. Like, how do you try to come back with a mature response after being a baby for 10 minutes, right? Like, you cried and moaned for 10 minutes about Comcast and how you're going to be affected and might go out of business, just to be like, it is what it is, you know? They got to upgrade their network eventually, and, well, I can't complain. And he goes on a rant about the Comcast guy that they hired and how he's got trolls out there that hacked into his modem and it's on Kiwi Farms and all this stuff just to be the victim, right? Just to paint himself out to be the victim. And look, maybe in this situation he was. Maybe someone maliciously went into his stuff, and I don't know, maybe it was a factual story. Like, listen, I don't care about that stuff enough to go look into it. It's not, did this actually happen? Did DSP actually get his modem hacked and changed? I remember when it was happening and his streams were dropping. I'm sure it was happening. You know, I remember his streams going offline and be like, I don't know what's going on, guys. Like, my internet's fine now, you know? So how does this all affect Phil? The reason I'm bringing up this story, right? Because it's going to affect his streams moving forward. And what do I mean by that? You know how Philly says that. What do I mean by that? But how does this stream affect Phil moving forward, right? Well, he's going to get on the night stream and use it as a way to get people to support. Guys, I may not be able to stream on Thursday. Comcast, you know? Let's take a look at that.
So let me get you guys caught up on everything that's going on. All right, first of all, if you did not see the podcast yet from earlier today, there's somewhat of a negative update. I got contacted by someone who says that they, just a few months ago, had the same network updates from Comcast that supposedly I'm supposed to start getting this Thursday, and they were told it would be smooth, and it took 6 weeks for them to finish the updates. That it would be like every couple days, their internet would be down, and then it would be back, and then it would be down, and then it would be back, and then it would be down, and it was never consistent. That's what's going on over on with Comcast and my internet. Now, here's the bummer. So I announced it this morning, and I said, so guys, here's what's going on with this, right? So what we need to do, hopefully, is have 3 really great days. Let's have a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Because what if I can't come back on Friday? Or what if I can only stream half a day on Friday, right? What if I can't even do my marathon over the weekend because the internet isn't going to be up long enough to do a marathon and I can only stream half days? So I said, let's do it. Let's crush it. Let's hit these goals. Let's get great momentum. I actually have a subs goal over on Kick of 150 subs by the end of this streaming week, which is Wednesday. And we didn't hit the goals earlier today. We actually didn't. We only hit about, I'd say 100. We hit about $120, I would say. So it's not like it was a terrible stream, but man, now would have been the time to try to rally and get good, overwhelming support. And then we didn't even hit the goal. I'm like, son of a bitch. And now on top of all of that, now Kick isn't working. And I get significant support from the Kick viewership. People are saying you cannot buy Kicks right now. They were going to buy Kicks for tonight. They can't purchase them. We definitely need some help and support tonight because of what's going to happen later this week. Let me see if I can log in now. Upgrades that Comcast is going to do to my internet later in the week could end up being much longer than I expected. I thought it would be like 1 day, maybe 2, but people are saying it could be much longer and that it's not necessarily going to be like a quick 1 day thing. Because of that, I don't know how consistently I'm going to be able to stream. So today we were deciding, hey, let's do...
This is so disgusting because what he's doing here is he's taking the story that someone sent him to use as a manipulation tactic for people to send him money. Because Comcast never mentioned it going down for 6 weeks. But because somebody emailed him saying that their experience was their internet was having issues for 6 weeks, Phil is now using that to get people to support and hit the goal every night.
some really great streaming days. Let's get big support. That way, if I'm gone for a few days, or if I can only stream like one day, or excuse me, half a day for like a week, at least I'll be okay. And then earlier, we didn't even hit the goal for Chronos. We didn't. We hit like, I think we did like 120. We didn't even get to the goal. I'm like, God damn it. You know, right now we have this goal. I want to hit 150 subs by the end of the week. We're at like 34 or something like that, 35 to stream tonight. Sadly, like I said earlier today, we did not hit a support goal, which sucks. We had a big string going. We had so many days where we had hit goals, and then to not hit the goal on a day when I really need it, because I don't know how many streams I'm going to end up missing, you know, later on this week, that really sucked. It hurt. So hopefully tonight we have a really great stream. Please support the stream. We're just about a third of the way to the goal for the night, but we definitely need to hit the goal tonight. I did not hit it earlier today, and I am uncertain about how much I'm going to be able to stream later on this week because Comcast and this internet outage that they're going to be having. So please support the stream tonight. Let's get it. With that, we're at 62, but we only have an hour left on stream, guys. So please support the stream. Again, let's get some momentum going. Notably on Kick would be great. That's what we're trying to build momentum and get that sub goal of 150 by the end of my streaming week. Keep in mind, I don't even know when I'm going to be back because of these Comcast outages, okay? All right, that's actually our biggest super chat of the night. Guys, we're almost done with the stream. Can we please get some support? This really sucks. I didn't hit my goal earlier today. Now you're telling me I'm not going to hit my goal tonight. And later this week, I'm not going to be able to stream. You understand? I'm not going to be able to stream because of Comcast. I need to be hitting goals on the nights I can be here. All right? Guys, we only got like 20 minutes left on the stream. Are we really going to end the stream with $60 of support for Silksong? We're now at $80, guys. Come on, please, let's get a last-minute rally so we can hit this goal. I did not hit my goal earlier today. We need to hit it tonight. Like I said, sadly, if we don't hit it, we're having multiple streams now, and I can't stream later this week because of Comcast. Please, I don't want to get screwed over. So I'm not going to be able to do this tonight, and what sucks is I don't know when I can play this again. I have no idea when I can play Silksong again because it's going to depend on my internet coming back, which might not be back for a bit. So this might be the end of Silksong for a while. I want to keep playing it. I really like the game. It sucks if we couldn't finish this tonight. Seriously, okay? So, all right, guys. Thank you. And by the way, thank you for the support and allow me to hit my goal tonight after not hitting it earlier. I really appreciate that, all right?
All that crying and complaining just to hit the goal. He's going to complain and complain and complain, use Comcast as an excuse just to get money out of these people. I mean, there's nothing new here. This is just the same tactic, different subject, right? And it will continue. I guarantee this is going to continue for a while until the Comcast upgrades are done, and then he can move on to something else to try to get money from people for, you know? At least that's the way I see it. Because every time there's an event like this, the next thing happens. And I say that because he uses DSP tries it often as a tactic, and I think lately he hasn't really been able to do his DSP tries it as frequently. People have been hitting the goals, so bringing up something like Comcast is unique. It's a different way to try to get money out of people. At least that's the way I look at it, right? But yeah, that's all I got on this one, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.